Welcome to the Garage USA. I'm Jonathan Brinke, and today I'm going to be installing the door pulls on my 2007 Mercedes C280. Thanks for joining me. So I got this car actually quite a while ago, and the interior door pulls weren't there when I got it. So they're kind of broken, busted off, whatever. I don't know what happened to them, but they didn't have the door pulls. And I ordered them off of eBay, and they've just been sitting around, and I think it's about time that I get those door pulls. I've been so used to just grabbing like the door card, that lower, there's like a little, I don't know, map pocket or whatever built into the side of the door. And I've just been grabbing that, closing the door, but I really need to put some door pulls in this just to make it easier to close these doors. So it's not a terribly difficult job to do. It just hasn't been a huge priority for me. So let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so there is that inside door panel on the driver's side. Those original door pulls are pretty busted up. So I'm using a T30. And with that T30, I'm able to loosen that top screw. It is actually kind of a pain. The alignment on it was a little difficult to line up, but once I did get that in there, it was just a matter of taking some time to unscrew that. And then that just pulls right out. And then moving on to the lower one on the door panel. And again, it's a T30. And even internal, it is just busted up. There is that T30 screw. And now I know some people are going to be a little upset by seeing what I do here next. And that is I take a pliers and just rip that out. I mean, the plastic is all broken on the inside anyway. And really it is the T30 that holds that into place. I know that you should actually take the door panel off, and there's little screws that come off of there, but that's how I did it. And then the new handle just clicks right on. Put those T30 screws in, top and bottom. And again, it takes a little bit to get that alignment on those. They don't just go straight in. They're just, I don't know if they're offset or if it's just, I don't know. I just wasn't lining up quite right. But eventually I got it. And then moved on to the bottom one. Bottom one was a little easier. Yeah, I'm just going back and making sure that that is nice and tight on both the top and the bottom. And then once that's all tightened up, then you can take the other part of that door pull and then attach it to that one. It just clicks together. And I know the color match is not perfect on the door pull compared to the door panel, but it looks good enough. You know, give it a few months in the sun and it'll probably fade enough for it to match a little better. I'm just making sure that that's nice and tight on there. And there you go. I think that looks pretty good. And now we just got to do the other side. Alright, same process over here. It's a T30 screw, and I started with that top screw to remove that. And again, this is on the passenger side door panel now. And I used a socket to slide it over. It was a little tighter, so I slid a socket over the Torx wrench to just give it a little extra leverage there. And then I got that out. And then I moved on to the lower one, which just came apart. And I put the new handle on. And again, those handles are in two pieces, so it's kind of nice, because then you can get those Torx screws in, and then you put the other part of the handle together on top of it. It clicks in place, and it just makes it really smooth looking. You know, there's no fasteners showing like on some of the less expensive automobiles that are out there. And then I screw in this top one. Alright, and then I just put this top cover on and click it in place. And again, color match isn't perfect, but give it a few months in the sun and it'll probably match a little better. And there you go. I got the door pulls on both doors. So this is complete. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a like, share, comment, and subscribe. I'd like to thank you for watching The Garage USA. I'm Jonathan Brinke, and I'll see you next time.